Hi, my name is Caterina Sullivan and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I am back again after another little break. I'll update you on all my life changes at the end of this video, but right now I want to dive straight into the good stuff. On October 14, 2023, the government has asked all Australians who are eligible to vote to show up at a polling booth, similar to what we would do in an election. But this is not an election. It is a referendum. A referendum is a vote to change the Constitution. The Constitution is the document that sets out how our three levels of government, the legislative, the executive, and the judicial, are run. If you need a refresher on some of these terms, you can check out some of my previous videos here. To be eligible to vote in the upcoming referendum, you must fit 3 criteria. 1. Be over 18 years of age. 2. Be an Australian citizen. And 3. Be enrolled to vote. For people who satisfied the first 2 criteria, it is compulsory to vote. Therefore, you need to make sure you are enrolled. Today, we are going to go through how to satisfy criteria 3, enroll to vote. When you turn 18 or when you become an Australian citizen, you don't magically appear on the electoral roll. You have to register yourself. Unsure if you've already registered? There's an easy way to check. First thing we're going to do is head to the Australian Electoral Commission or AEC website. This is www.aec.gov.au. On the homepage, you will see the question, what are you interested in today? And we're going to go ahead and click My Enrolment. There are 2 information boxes here. The first one I really want to draw your attention to. It says that the deadline to enroll in the upcoming referendum is 8 p.m. Monday 18th of September. This means you have less than a week to enroll. There are 4 buttons on this screen. The second one across says Check My Enrolment. Let's click on that one. Enter in your given names, your family name, also known as your surname, your postcode, suburb or locality, and the street name you live on. This is for your residential address. Then click Verify Enrolment. If you are enrolled to vote, it will come up saying, you are enrolled to vote, and include your details below. If this page does not come up, you may see another page that asks you to contact the AEC for assistance. This does not necessarily mean you are not enrolled to vote. It may mean that you are enrolled to vote under another name. This could include a maiden name instead of a married name, or if you enrolled without using your middle name and you've searched using your middle name, you may also be enrolled under a previous residential address. For example, personally, it took a few tries for me to find my husband's enrollment as we got married last year and he changed his name. He is still enrolled under his previous name, and he never enrolled using his middle name. So we had to check a few options to make sure he was there. However, if you know you haven't enrolled to vote, you will not find your information here, and you will need to enroll as soon as possible. If this is the case, we go back to the screen with the 4 buttons and we click Enrol to vote. If you are an Australian citizen aged 16 or over, you can enrol to vote. However, remember you have to be 18 to vote. But if you are turning 18 between now and 14 October, you can still enrol to vote now, so you get to vote on referendum day. To enrol, you will need to have lived at your address, your residential address, for at least 1 month. If you have not done so, you will need to register as a resident of your previous address. The following information is relevant to those who are living permanently in Australia, or if you have been living overseas for less than 3 years and plan to return within 6 years. In order to enrol to vote, you will need one of the following documents: a driver's license, or an Australian passport, or a Medicare card, or an Australian citizenship. If you have none of these documents, you will need someone else who is already enrolled to vote to confirm your identity. Once you have all of this information, click on the button that says Enrol to vote. It's important to note that this form is the same form that is used to update your details if you are already enrolled to vote. So stay tuned for this part if you are also going to update your registration details. So from here, you will need to say why you are using this form. For this example, we will say that we are enrolling to vote for the first time. Select the state or territory that you live in, then click Next. It will ask you to confirm your citizenship status and ask you questions about either your birth or your citizenship information. Once you have filled out these details, click Next. You will then be asked to provide a document number for one of the documents listed earlier, or to be willing to provide the information of someone who can verify your identity. Once you have entered this document number or selected someone to verify you, click Next. Then you will need to enter your details, including title, first name, middle name, surname or family name, date of birth, and gender. Click Next. Enter your current residential address. Click Next. You can choose whether you enter your contact details. It is not necessary for you to do so, but I recommend it in case there are any issues with your enrollment. Click Next. It will then ask you to review the information and declare it is true and correct, and either electronically sign or print and sign the document. Once you click Next, you will be asked what prompted you to submit this form. If you want to show some love to yours truly, click Other and write in that you were sent here by Caterina Sullivan's YouTube channel. This part is completely optional, so feel free to just skip it if you'd like. Then click Submit. You will receive a receipt number. Keep this handy in case you need to reference this form. You can also use this to check the progress of the form. On this page, you can download your completed form to keep for your records. If you need to change your details, we're going to go back to the page with the 4 buttons, and this time click Change My Details. Then go to click Update My Details Online, and you'll see the same form come up. This time we will select Change My Details. Here you can choose whether you want to change your name and/or your address. Then follow the steps we just ran through. For Australian citizens living overseas, there are a few extra things to consider. Firstly, if you do not have plans to return to Australia within the next 6 years, you will need to complete an overseas notification form. This means you will not be eligible to vote in the upcoming referendum. If you are living overseas and intending to return to Australia within 6 years, you will need to register as an overseas elector once you have enrolled to vote. You can register as an overseas elector up to 3 months before leaving Australia or within 3 years after leaving Australia. Both of these overseas forms are very easy to complete and will require the same information as the Enrol to Vote or Change of Details form. Leading up to October 14, I will be doing a few videos about the referendum and what you need to do to make an informed decision on referendum day. Please note, I will not be encouraging you to vote either way. I will be impartially sharing information about the democratic process of the referendum. I will provide links in upcoming videos to both sides of the argument for you to do your own research. While you're here, a quick note about my YouTube absence. If you follow me on social media, you would already know what big changes have happened in my life. Last year, I got married and had a beautiful son who has just turned 1. We have been completely run off our feet between work. I only took 12 weeks off my paid employment, my husband running his business and me running my businesses, plus having another human in our home. It's all been a little crazy. I really appreciate your patience as we've navigated this massive time of change in our lives. But as I said, I will have more videos coming up over the next few weeks. If you have any specific information you would like to see covered about the referendum, please drop a comment below or send me a message via social media, and I will do my best to answer your question either directly or in a video by October 14. In the meantime, please like this video, comment below if you have already enrolled to vote or if you have updated your details. Share this video with friends and family you know who need to enroll or need to update their details. Follow me on social media, subscribe to my channel, do all the things, and I will see you in my next video covering what question will be asked on referendum day and how to complete the ballot paper. See you then.